In the heart of a desolate, abandoned city stood a dilapidated mansion. The once vibrant town had long since been claimed by silence and shadows, its streets echoing memories of life now lost. The mansion, with its cracked windows and overgrown garden, housed its last remaining soul, an elderly woman named Eloise. Eloise was the town's last survivor, refusing to leave despite the encroaching decay and eerie quiet. Her silver hair was always neatly pinned up, her dark eyes reflecting a lifetime of stories. Each night as the sun dipped below the horizon, the mansion transformed. The walls, whispered to be home to malevolent forces, creaked and groaned. Eloise would sit by the fireplace in her favorite rocking chair, knitting away as if nothing unusual happened. But she knew otherwise. Eloise was no stranger to the supernatural. Her late husband had been a researcher of the occult. Together, they had unlocked doors that were never meant to be opened. It was because of him that they had moved to this forsaken place, seeking answers to questions that should have remained unasked. And it was because of him that she stayed, bound by love and memories to the haunted remnants of her past. One chilling winter evening, Eloise was jolted from her reverie by a sudden cold draft. Her knitting needles clattered to the floor as the air grew thick with an otherworldly presence. The shadows in the room seemed to deepen, pulsing with a life of their own. She could feel their gaze, sinister and unyielding. Then, from the corners of the room, translucent figures began to emerge. Wisps of smoke formed faces twisted in agony, eyes hollow and empty. Eloise's breath hitched. She had encountered the spirits before, but tonight they felt different, more insistent. As she stood to confront them, a chilling voice echoed through the hall. "Join us, Eloise. Your time has come." The fire sputtered out, plunging the room into darkness. Eloise clutched her locket, her heart pounding. Memories of nights spent discussing the afterlife with her husband flooded back, and she realized she might be on the brink of the very discovery they had sought. Summoning every ounce of her courage, Eloise spoke, her voice steady despite the fear. "Reveal yourselves. Why do you torment me?" The air crackled with electricity, and the temperature plummeted further. The spirits' forms grew more defined, their expressions shifting to sorrow rather than malice. One spirit, a young woman with flowing hair, stepped forward. "We are trapped," she whispered, "bound to this place by your husband's doing. Free us, Eloise." Eloise's eyes widened in realization. Her husband's quest for knowledge had come at a terrible price. He had inadvertently bound these souls to this plane, and now they sought her help to move on. Determined to right his wrong, Eloise searched the mansion for her husband's old notes. Hours turned into days as she deciphered the cryptic texts. Finally, she found a ritual that promised to release the spirits. On the night of a new moon, Eloise performed the ritual, her voice echoing through the hollow halls. As she finished the incantation, the air around her shimmered, and one by one, the spirits began to fade, their tormented expressions softening into peace. As the last spirit disappeared, the mansion sighed, its oppressive weight lifting. Eloise knew her job was done. Though still alone, she felt a sense of closure. The town may remain abandoned and ghostly, but the souls were free, and she could finally find peace in her haunted home.